Have you ever wondered why some of the brightest minds seem so uninterested in social life? You've probably noticed that certain intelligent individuals, those who seem to have an endless curiosity about the world, often don't feel the need to engage in the typical social rituals that many of us partake in. Dinner parties, casual hangouts, networking events. These things seem trivial to them. But why? Arthur Schopenhauer, the 19th century German philosopher, had a rather stark view of society and social life. He believed that social interactions, particularly those based on superficiality and shallow connection, were a distraction from the deeper truths of life. For Schopenhauer, the intellectual mind was more interested in self-reflection, profound thought, and the pursuit of knowledge than in the fleeting joys of social mingling. To understand why intelligent people often reject social life, we must first look at Schopenhauer's perspective on the nature of human desires. Schopenhauer famously argued that human life is governed by will: the will to live, the will to achieve, and the will to attain. However, he also saw this will as a source of suffering. The more people try to satisfy their desires, the more they are consumed by them, and the cycle of endless wanting never brings true happiness. In fact, it only leads to frustration and emptiness. For Schopenhauer, social life is no different. The more we engage in social interactions, whether in pursuit of status, popularity, or approval, the more we feed into this cycle of desire. When you seek external validation through socialization, you are ultimately just satisfying a hunger that cannot be truly quenched. You end up endlessly chasing fleeting pleasures that distract you from more meaningful pursuits, like introspection, creativity, and intellectual growth. For people like Schopenhauer, society's expectations can seem hollow. The pressure to conform, to attend social gatherings, to engage in small talk, it all seems pointless when you are driven by a deeper, more profound sense of purpose. The intellectually curious mind craves more than what society offers. It seeks solitude, the time and space to reflect, read, and explore ideas without interruption. This is not to say that intelligent people are antisocial, or that they completely reject the value of human connection. Rather, they simply prioritize meaningful connection over superficial interaction. Schopenhauer's pessimism toward society is a direct result of his belief in the futility of human desires. The intellectually inclined understand that true fulfillment comes not from social approval or fleeting moments of enjoyment, but from understanding the world on a deeper level, and from engaging with life in a way that transcends the trivial. In this sense, rejecting social life is not a rejection of people, it's a rejection of the distractions that prevent you from discovering your true self. The person who immerses themselves in intellectual pursuits often finds that the noise of social life only gets in the way of personal growth. The hours spent in small talk and socializing are hours taken away from the pursuit of deeper understanding. Schopenhauer's philosophy presents an intriguing paradox. While most people look to socializing as the key to happiness, those who engage deeply with intellectual pursuits often find fulfillment in solitude. But this isn't about loneliness. It's a conscious decision to prioritize meaningful self-exploration over the fleeting satisfaction of social interactions. The intellectual mind does not thrive in the noisy, distraction-filled world of constant social interaction. The more time one spends in social settings, the less time one has for deep thought, reflection, and the pursuit of knowledge. In an era where social media, parties, and gatherings are often celebrated as the ultimate sources of connection and joy, Schopenhauer's view seems counterintuitive. Yet he argued that true contentment comes not from the shallow distractions of social life, but from a richer, more introspective engagement with the world. The intellectual person, who seeks wisdom, creativity, and understanding, often finds solace in solitude. Solitude, in this context, is not isolation, but a necessary environment for intellectual growth. It is the space in which one can read, write, think deeply, and explore complex ideas without the interference of external distractions. This is the opposite of the popular belief that constant social interaction is essential for a well-rounded, fulfilling life. In fact, social life can become a drain on energy and creativity, especially when interactions are surface level or guided by social norms and expectations. Solitude, however, provides the opposite. It offers an uninterrupted flow of thoughts, a quiet space to engage with one's inner world. In this solitude, intellectuals can truly explore the vast landscape of human thought. They are not burdened by the need to entertain others, conform to social expectations, or seek validation through external approval. Instead, they can devote their energy to more meaningful pursuits, ideas that push the boundaries of knowledge, creativity that shapes the future, and reflections that help one understand life on a deeper level. This is why many highly intelligent individuals find fulfillment in being alone with their thoughts rather than surrounded by social crowds. The world of ideas is far more engaging for them than the temporary pleasures of socializing. It's not that they dislike people, it's that they value their time more than the demands of trivial interaction. A brief, superficial conversation at a party pales in comparison to hours spent immersed in a book or a thoughtful conversation with a like-minded individual. Schopenhauer himself believed that humans are often distracted by the noise of society. For him, the pursuit of wisdom required distance from the trivial concerns of daily life. He suggested that the mind, when left to its own devices, could delve deeper into philosophical, artistic, and scientific realms. But the constant need to conform to society's expectations, to show up at events, make small talk, and perform for the benefit of others, drains the energy needed for such intellectual pursuits. This creates a paradox for the intellectually inclined. In a world that values social interaction, extroversion, and outward success, the solitary life can seem like a strange choice. Yet Schopenhauer argued that those who retreat from the world's distractions are often the ones who achieve true wisdom. Solitude allows for deep focus, for uninterrupted engagement with the questions and ideas that matter most. When you free yourself from the constant need for social validation, you create the space for your mind to flourish. The more you engage with life intellectually, the less you rely on others to define your sense of self-worth. Moreover, when intelligent people choose to disengage from social life, they gain more control over their own minds. They are no longer swayed by the opinions of others, the pressures of fitting in, or the need to be constantly on in social settings. This detachment from social norms grants them a profound freedom. Freedom from the judgments of others, freedom to think independently, and freedom to explore their own passions without interruption. Schopenhauer's view suggests that intellectual fulfillment is found in the quiet moments of contemplation, in the pursuit of knowledge that is not driven by external pressures. It's in these moments that a person begins to truly understand the world and their place in it. Social interactions may provide temporary gratification, but they rarely lead to lasting fulfillment. They are fleeting, often leaving people feeling unfulfilled and drained. Solitude, on the other hand, offers an enduring sense of peace and clarity, as it allows the mind to flourish and explore in ways that social settings cannot. Solitude provides the space for a deeper connection with oneself. Without the distractions of social obligations or the demands of pleasing others, intellectuals can focus on developing their inner world, whether that means engaging in creative endeavors, reflecting on their own philosophy, or delving into the complexities of human nature. It's not about avoiding people, but about choosing to invest time in what truly nourishes the mind. When you step away from the noise of society, you gain clarity. You stop chasing after fleeting pleasures and start pursuing things that offer long-term satisfaction, growth, wisdom, and self-actualization. In solitude, you can observe the world from a place of detachment, not emotionally influenced by the opinions of others, but instead, you can see things as they truly are. This distance from the social world allows for more honest and objective understanding. The paradox of solitude is clear. The more you detach from social life, the more you gain. The more you distance yourself from external distractions, the more space you create for intellectual exploration and personal development. In a world that thrives on connection, those who seek solitude may appear disconnected, but in reality, they are more deeply connected to the world of ideas and to their own inner lives. This connection leads to greater fulfillment, not the kind that comes from the applause of a crowd, but the kind that arises from a deeper understanding of oneself and the world around you. Schopenhauer shows us that true fulfillment comes not from social life, but from intellectual growth and solitude. By embracing solitude, we make room for deeper understanding and personal development. Comment below if you agree with Schopenhauer's views on solitude, like the video, and subscribe for more insights on living a more meaningful life.